submitted to you the electronic mail, kind of the history which led to the proposal of this ordinance. During the, I will very, very briefly give you the background information, particularly for the benefit of the public. During the week of June 16th, there were 3 separate and distinct instances which presented themselves to our administrative offices that in some form or fashion involved a company or a person having cut vegetative materials, trimmed trees, cut trees, or whatever, and transported the debris from the location where they were clearing into St. Martin Parish, into another tract of land, depositing them there, and 2 of those 3 instances burning them. Those instances involved property located on Duchamp Road. One involved an incident on Division Road up in the Arneville area, right on the parish line, but dumping it and burning it in St. Martin Parish. And then the 3rd instance was near Armand Joseph Road, right near a pretty well developed subdivision where they were burning. And of course, we sent Mr. Solari out to investigate and photograph all 3 instances. And it was clear to me that what we had were two issues that were being implicated. One, potential DEQ violations, which is for the state to investigate. I know the Division Road incident came to me through a state representative, Representative Uall, who contacted DEQ working with our office and filed a complaint. The incident on Joseph Road, we certainly contacted DEQ on that. We also sent immediately by hand delivery a cease and desist letter to that individual, who, by the way, several months earlier had some issues very similar in Lafayette Parish. And as part of his endeavors were relocated into St. Martin Parish. So again, you have the regulatory issue with a landfill, quote-unquote, activity. And the second issue that's implicated by these activities is potential violation of our zoning ordinance, because it's a commercial activity, any way you slice it. Because he's dumping the debris on those sites, which originate from another site, is a commercial activity. And the location of the dumping is not only an activity in itself, but it is a commercial activity. And I think all 3 of the instances were taking place in R2, mixed residential areas, in violation of our zoning ordinance. So it's a twofold issue. And I certainly thought that, at the time it was presented to us, against 3 of them in a matter of 3 or 4 days, that we needed to address it. I spoke to a couple of you who represents those areas, and so as a result, this proposed ordinance came to be. Subsequent to that time, let me also point out that we have located another activity in the parish, same thing, commercial activity, trees being cut, property being trimmed for hire, and then the vegetative material being transported off-site to another area and being burned. We have certainly contacted the appropriate authorities to remediate that as well. And again, it's this ordinance, I think, is not intended to be punitive. It's simply intended to control an activity that I think we have jurisdiction, one, and second, an obligation to control. And I think the ordinance is very narrow in its application. And you can see in, I think, subparagraph C, there's a lot of exceptions to the prohibition. And it's still designed to create a level playing field. I do know I have spoken to one tree service who was fully supportive of it, because this individual that I spoke to actually has a site that he has licensed to accommodate the receipt of the vegetative materials he cut, and his investment was $60,000 to bring that property up to speed. So again, I think it's a good ordinance. I applaud the introduction of that ordinance by District 2. I think it's needed. And again, this is not, it's a reactionary ordinance that was drafted. It was proposed to you to respond to actual, not perceived situations that have, that we've been confronted with.
Any questions? Council?
Just for clarification, all of these sites have to be DEQ permitted if they're zoned, the zone property?
Yeah, they have to first be zoned property, and then they have to be DEQ.
Can they exist
to burn? To burn.
Like, can they exist without, yeah, to burn without
To burn, yes. And I'm not real sure and clear on what the DEQ regulations are if they're not burning sites. I'm not sure, I'm not clear on that. So I want to be very honest and frank with them. But I did know if you burn, you got to have some DEQ oversight.
Ms. Marty?
How many sites do they have?
Well, I know of 4.
4 in the parish?
Yes,
That's
I know of 4.
That's not permitted or involved.
Correct. 3 at the time this ordinance was introduced. We just learned of 1 in the last week.